worldwide Wargamers. Omega Warlord here. I'm back from the tournament. Now I've got my Eldar-Dark Eldar list here in front of you. I introduced it on a previous segment, but I'm going to give you a recap of the tournament, how it went, so you guys can see the before and the after. So first thing is, the tournament was held at a store called Game On in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was a little, I say a little tournament, it wasn't a GT. There was 10 people that showed up. It was a nice little crowd. The store's great. Quaint, homey. The guy who runs it, Derek, was awesome. So if you guys ever in Chattanooga, check out Game On. All right, support those guys. They do a tournament. We like to support stores. So there was 3 games in the tournament. It's an 1850 list. We'll say this: some of the opponents down there were pretty good. I guess a shout out to those guys because I said I would. I got Kevin Drury, great Dark Eldar player. I know he participated and did some Ard Boy stuff back when. Andrew Gardenhire, who's won Redstone. He won Mall in the Mall before. He was down there. So a lot of great guys that I was gaming with. Okay, so let me list the armies. So first off, remember how I talked about in my my choosing of the list here that there were, I was kind of thinking there were going to be Necrons. There were 3 of the 10 guys down there were Necron players. Now one was allied with Tau, one had a Knight as an ally, and one was just pure Necrons. Okay, so you know, Necron showed up. We had some Biker Marines that had 2 Knights as allies, some White Scar action. We had a Demons player who took a Knight as an ally. Got to fill those gaps, I guess. We had a Guard with allied with the Assassins. Had a Vindicator in his list with a new data slate. We had Eldar-Dark Eldar. And then we had a Tau player. That was Andrew. He's the one list I was really scared of, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then we had 2 Orc players. One kind of played Horde and Trucks. The other one had some Battle Wagons. So a pretty good spread. You know, Necrons were by far the most represented, but I guess you could say Knights were the most represented. They were in 4 of the 10 lists. So, pretty good spread. And, oh, missions. Can't forget about missions. We used the Redstone Rumble missions. So we used specifically missions 1, 2, and 4 from the Redstone Rumble packet for 2014. I gotta say, the missions overall, primary, tertiary, secondary, not in that order, obviously, but, and then we had the little extras like Slay the Warlord, Line Break, and all that kind of stuff. I like primary, I like secondary, especially the way they used, sometimes they had preset objectives, sometimes you got to set them. The tertiary, which was a modified Maelstrom, it was different. It was a little different. If you plan on it ahead of time and you have a fast army like mine, you can capitalize on it. Sometimes, you know, if you're more of a static gunline army, blob guard, something like that, it's going to be hard on you. So that was a little different. And then the one thing that I will say this about the mission that I personally didn't like. Now, I mean, I'm not a mission writer, so I can't say that I can do it better than anyone else. I'll just tell you what I didn't like. The 3 bonus points, the Line Breaker, Slay the Warlord, and First Blood, counted the exact same as getting either a primary, secondary, or tertiary. So that kind of skewed, it wasn't representing what was on the table. It kind of skewed the points a little bit. But other than that, it was pretty good. So let's take a look at the army, and I'll go over kind of how the games were. Okay? So, first off, same army, probably a little different layout, but same army as you can see, and now, you know, they're outside the wave server now. My Fire Dragons, they're there, they're pretty. So let's talk real quick. Game 1, I've faced the Biker Marines with 2 Knights. So I was sweating a little bit. I mean, 2 Knights. I've got some ideas here to help deal with Knights. In that game, none of them worked. Okay, I will say this: my MVP of the tournament was definitely my Beast Star in the back. It's built around the list, of course it's going to be. And my low VP, the guys who didn't do anything, the Raider did more than the Witches did. They just didn't function. Okay, but that's kind of the case. Quick note, okay, on the Farseer here, I got some good rolls for powers. Turn 1, I rolled up Fortune on my first roll. So I decided to switch to Telepathy, rolled up Shrouding, and then I rolled up Invisibility. So I had Fortune and Invisibility for the Beast Star pack. That is crazy. That is insane, getting that kind of power. Alright, but long story short, very, very tight game. His Knights were alive at the end, and like 1 Biker, and we actually ended up almost tying. I got 6, he got 5 out of the total. I think the highest score you could get was, what's that, 3, 6, 9, 12. The highest score was 12. So I got 6, he got 5. Really, really close fought game. The guy's name was Tony. Awesome painter. Alright, so really, really good stuff there. Love the game with Tony. Second game, I faced the guard guy with the assassin. Now, he had a bunch of chimeras. He had some vendettas. Didn't really have a lot of heavy punch. So he wanted to sit back and kind of shoot the field. And with Wave Serpents, I just didn't allow that to happen. So I rushed forward, that was Justin. By the way, another shout out for Justin. He is one of the podcasters for SS40K. So if you guys want to check out a pretty cool podcast, Southern States 40K, kind of neat stuff. They're based out of Chattanooga. But he was also a great opponent. He had a rough time with my list. He didn't have enough punch in it. He really didn't. Just wasn't there. But in that game, I will say, that game, Wraithguard all the way. Like, these guys didn't do hardly anything in that game. These guys came out, blew up a Chimera, blew up a Vendetta, took out some Scout Sentinels. They're just, good stuff. All right, third game, hardest game, Orcs. Had some trucks, had a bunch of boys. Again, powers in this one were insane. I rolled Fortune on my first roll. I rolled Invisibility on my second roll. Honestly, I had no idea where to go from there. In hindsight, I would have now gone back and rolled on Divination to get Prescience. That way I could have a Fortune, Invisible, Prescience, V-Star, and that would just wreck face. I ended up rolling back on Eldar. I got, was that Eldritch Storm? I got Eldritch Storm, so, which didn't really come to play at all. This game was really quick. I ended up, Warlord trait, I got ambushed, so I was able to infiltrate my Warlord and 3 non-vehicle units. So I infiltrated the V-Star, Baron, and I infiltrated the Witches. Now, because they're in a dedicated transport, they got the infiltrate special rule. Transport goes with them. Okay? At least that's how we played it. That might be open to interpretation. I'm pretty sure I got that right. If I didn't, I love being proved wrong. So, but that's how we played it there. Regardless, these guys did nothing. I will say the Raider, however, did one-shot a Gorkanaut. The guy was not happy. Especially, he was just not happy. But that was a pretty short game, to be honest. By turn 2, my B-Star had hit 3 different Orc squads. They were invisible, they were fortuned. It was not a pretty day. That was the only game that my Fire Dragons actually came out, willingly, came out of their Wave Serpent and blew up some cans, and then quickly died. These guys really didn't do anywhere near as much as I thought they would, but that's that. So, end of the day, I ended up getting 30 points out of a total of 36. I won the tournament overall. It was pretty good. Now, some lists I didn't face. Notice I didn't say I faced Necrons. I was, hey, I'm going to build a list to handle Necrons. I didn't even face them. Luck of the draw. I did not face the Tau player. Now, the Tau was Andrew Gardenhire. He's a friend of mine. We've played together before. His list, I'm pretty sure, would have ripped me apart. Had the pairings been slightly different, I probably would not have been first. I count myself lucky. He got second overall in the tournament, and the Orc player I played last round got third. But I felt lucky overall. I did not face him. I don't know what I would have done. He had a very good Tau list. In fact, his Tau list had a knight. That's right. But so it would have been a very rough matchup there. But so it worked. It did what I wanted it to. I wish these guys would have been a little more effective. See, they won't even stand up. Taking naps. Laying down the job. Alright, so I wish it would have been a little more effective. As you can see back here, my Ravager, by the way, in transit, his base broke. So, yay. You know, we might be trying to find a way to make better plastic bases at some point. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, maybe. So, one thing to look forward to, we're going to do another battle with this army. We're going to add 150 points. I'm going to drop 5 points somewhere. I can't remember what it was I had in my head. But, and then I'm going to add a Farseer, another Farseer on a jet bike with the stone, no, the Shard of Veneris. This guy's got the stone of Enlafwaha, whatever, however you say it. The Shard of Veneris. I'm going to add that so it makes the V-Star fearless. It's going to be pretty nice. So Thavi and I will be playing again. You saw one matchup. We're going to add 150 points. We're going to play similar round. He loves rematches because he loves to learn. I love to learn. We work together. So we're going to see that again. Added 150 points. So check out that video. Share, like, subscribe. Hope you like the recap. Check out Game On. Great group. Shout out to all the guys that were down there. And you know, if you don't believe that it works, I'll tell you this. You know, I got first. Not tooting my own horn. Not really. Not trying to show you. We're going to show you how to play competitively. All right. So thanks for that. Share, like, subscribe. Catch you later, Wargamers.